Good morning. My name is Naresh Khanna and I'm the editor of Packaging South Asia. The August issue has just come out and it contains an article on the label industry in India, the capacity building in the current financial year for this industry, and the rise of the Indian label press manufacturers. What it essentially says, this article, is that we have spoken to some of the people in the label industry, the suppliers and the converters around the country, and we have done some back of the envelope calculations. On the basis of these, our estimate is that in the past financial year, 21-22, that ended on 31st March 2022, about 40 to 45 narrow web flexo label presses were installed by the Indian converters. That is, new presses. And about 65% of these were built by the 4 Indian manufacturers in the Delhi National Capital Region. The majority of the Indian-made presses were from Multitec, the balance coming from UV Technologies, Alliance, Printech and MBG. In addition, there were about half a dozen digital label presses that were installed, but we will talk about these in a future article or episode. The Indian label presses have improved in quality on the whole, and the factors of local service and competitive prices make them compelling to at least look at for those label converters who earlier exclusively purchased narrow web flexo presses from the European, American and the Japanese manufacturers. The 4 Indian manufacturers who also exported narrow web flexo presses last year, Multitec of course has exported the most and is for many years has been exhibiting at the Labelexpo in Brussels. Although India is a healthy market for label presses, exports are key to the growth of the Indian label press manufacturers. In the words of one industry veteran, we will sell our presses in India at very competitive prices and we will do this but not survive if we do not export. All 4 label press manufacturers exported presses and they expect these numbers to rise. This is in addition to the European manufacturer Nilpeter, with its factory near Chennai, which primarily builds label presses for exports and sells a few in the Indian market. Now let's look at the current financial year, 22-23, that started on April 1st. The current financial year, it seems, will bring the industry back towards a level of capacity building not seen for many years. We expect, on the basis of our conversations with the industry suppliers and converters, that the number of flexo presses that will be installed will increase from 25 to 30% in the current year. The 4 Indian-owned manufacturers will increase their in-country installations by approximately 50% over the previous year. At the same time, the overseas manufacturers are likely to have numbers similar to the previous year, or at most increase them by 1 or 2 presses. They are feeling the crunch, not only from the local manufacturers, but also from the supply chain and energy issues in Europe and North America that have increased their prices by 10 to 15%. The Indian press suppliers are confident that their competitiveness in the local market and optimistic about exports. The Indian press manufacturers are confident about their competitiveness in the local market and optimistic about exports. They are hoping to increase their capacities within the year to anywhere from 30% to even 200%. Thank you. I hope you liked this video and you will subscribe to it and also subscribe to the print version of our magazine, Packaging South Asia.